Hey everybody, how you doing today? Welcome for another edition of Marriage Porn P.O.R.N. Pure, open, renew, and navigate.
What's up, y'all? What's going on? We are in the building.
Yes, we are in the building.
Let's talk about it.
What's been going on?
What? Give us some Barker updates. Talk to us because we haven't had an episode. Because we keep it real. So
Right.
We haven't had an episode since I think we did like the New Year's one, the goals and all that fun stuff.
The last one we did was the journals.
The journal after the goals and stuff like that.
And guess what? Go ahead.
Guess what? I don't know. Tell me. I don't even know.
So, just to piggyback off of what we last did was the journal, right? In my journal, just a real quick thing to let you know, I wrote that my basketball team would make it to the championship.
Won't he do it? And did they, since we, talk to us, Mr. Barker, what we been up to? What's going on?
Man, I've been coaching basketball.
He done skipped my birthday, but go ahead.
We had Jen's birthday, which she did that. That was an awesome thing. She went out to Dominican Republic and had a little alone time with her and her baby.
Alone baby time.
Yes.
So y'all gonna see an alone time pretty soon, though. Watch.
Yes, and then for Valentine's Day we did.
No, wait, because. Was it before? No, then the championship. Which Barker made it to
the championship.
And it was so good.
It was amazing, guys. And I'm so proud because, look, my team literally, this is one of those leagues where everybody get to make it to the playoff. But my team only won one game during the whole season, right?
Talk about it.
And to make it to the championship, we had to win at least 2 to 3 in a row. And we made it to the championship. We didn't win the championship, but we came to second place.
You guys won back-to-back to the championship.
Yes, we did.
You didn't lose not one of the, I think, 2 or 3 games to the championship. And the best part about it, I thought was so amazing, which I wanted this to happen so bad, was they did the championship game against a team that they first played, like the first game of the season, that they got scrambled up into little pieces. They got crushed, like anything you could think of. It was bad. It was like a 20 point,
maybe
30 point loss. Like it was
the worst loss I ever had.
And the boys were really sad. But it was the first game. We were like, oh, we'll come back. Don't worry. And Brandon had told Coach Barker, what you tell the coach?
I will see you in the championship.
Look at that. And bam, this last game, it literally was neck to neck. Like, we would go up, they would go up. We would go up, they would go up. Then there was a time that I think they got up a couple points, but then we caught back up. And literally, if we would have had maybe like another minute or so, we would have won. Or if Coach Barker would have kind of did a little other defense that we were discussing, they probably would have won. And if the boys made some shots, I kept telling B, like, yo, you could have the best team on earth, but they got to make points.
Well, we did make points second half. It's just...
You honestly, you didn't miss as much as other games.
Yeah.
So that was a big improvement. We were super excited. And we just literally yesterday had the celebration party with the kids because after that same day, we took a flight out with the boys. We went out to Cancun. Daddy Barker had a few days off before his new gig. Y'all know, we haven't really discussed the transition, different careers, things like that with us. And he's had some days off, so we went out to Cancun, had a good time with the boys.
Yeah.
My neck. And actually, it was a great resort. I'm gonna. You guys know my travel thing, so I'm gonna put a package with this amazing. It's a Marriott, which I loved. Kids club on point. Food was good. On point, like 9 to 5. See ya. What else?
And then we came back. Start just getting everything. The baby's been doing good too. He's asleep right now.
10 months, almost walking. He's almost 1. Time is going.
And Valentine's, I surprised my lovely, beautiful wife.
Won't he do it?
With a trip to Vegas for Valentine's. So we did that and we celebrated Valentine's in Vegas.
Yeah, literally like a day and a half. I will say though, for the people that don't know, Brandon does not really enjoy Valentine's Day. He's not really a Valentiner, okay? So I've known this since we dated because it was laid on the table. Like, I think he always thought it was like just people to spend money, and Valentine's should be all the time or when you feel like it.
Right.
You know, but I used to be like, well, if that's the case, then you should spoil me all the time more. Like, right? More on the weekends, more, you know, like all the time, you know? So he was never really big on it. He would get me the chocolates, the can, you know, the little like the basic traditional,
yes.
like, here you go.
Or
every now and then.
Or just to let the kids see that.
Yeah. Well,
you
even
know.
before kids, I remember one year, I think he like cooked in a sexy little
outfit.
Apron thing on, and I was like, you just need to have nothing under that, right? So just little stuff he'll tweak that I would like, massage or something like that, and I would do stuff for him too. It's not just him for me. So this year, the fact that he even thought like, oh, we're gonna go out of town, let's set it up. He mainly did no, not really, not all the percentage.
What? I didn't
like the setup.
Well, you found the hotel. Well, we kind of both found the hotel. We chose between the hotel.
Yeah.
The flights, we got that together, and then far as like where you wanted to eat, she had a breakfast spot that she already had picked out that she loves to go do breakfast.
And I told them there because we got a little bit late, and I was like, y'all about to serve my blueberry French toast today, and I talked to the
and they made it happen.
It was great. It was good. It was so amazing.
It was good.
It was good. Brandon Sordo too. So anyway, so then what else? Valentine to the Vegas. Did the party, the kids day off yesterday.
Yes.
We've been working on the Georgia project with Francisco. That's been ridiculously insane.
They don't know about the Georgia project.
So I was about to get into it. Sheesh. Can I finish my sentence?
Yeah, let me slow down.
Right, slow down. All right. So the Georgia project was for our oldest. He has we've been doing this for 6 weeks, where it's a Georgia project. So it's literally a notebook of like 100 something pages. It's really insane. Of the state of Georgia, which I thought it is kind of neat. It was neat for him to learn more about the state of Georgia, where daddy's from, because you know you're less, but where daddy's from, the industry, like literally they took it back, like stuff that probably I don't know if you kind of knew, like industry, like details, you know, where the state started, like for
the
real,
agriculture of the state,
like
the senators, the representatives,
like how did Chick-fil-A start, like
legislators,
who's the first governor, like it was like I'm like, can we Google this, Francisco, Google that, and he had to put pictures, and we had to take pictures, and it included us doing a field trip to the state capitol. Right, I think it was it before, after the holidays, right? Right after my birthday. So this project was due today. So we've been working on it. We went and got pictures. Daddy helped. It's just
like how many pages was it? It
was literally when you hit to 100, it was extra credit. It was like Francisco told me after 101 is extra credit. So y'all know our child did the extra credit. We did like 3 or 4 pages extra credit just in case there was a hiccup here or there. What else? It's been good.
Yeah, that's good. Well, let's talk about you got these.
Let's jump in.
You got these beautiful drinks up here. I see.
Yeah, so you
know, what's that about?
Whose idea was it?
I don't know who.
Well, you wanted some wine, and I was like, well, let's do it for the call because this is an intense call. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do a short live for like 5 minutes, not even, on Instagram while we discuss this amazing topic because we have not been on this live. I haven't done live on Instagram in a minute. Have you?
No, I haven't.
No. So this topic, I just came up with it literally as we were talking about something B was doing, and I was like, oh, that would be a great topic. It gets really deep.
You know, so I'll tell you how this topic came about, actually, because she really wasn't paying attention, but she thought about it when So I was in my guys.
I was paying attention. Well, not about chat, but.
So I was in my guys group chat, you know, and you know, the boys, you know, we always talk about different things, political issues, all types of stuff. They was recently talking about, you know, just, you know, the Donald Trump shoes that came out and stuff. It was just, we had jokes, right? So I put in the chat, because we boys, but we're like brothers, you know what I'm saying? So I put in the chat, who are you voting for in 2024?
Like what friend, do you and your friends discuss who y'all voting for? Like, can we talk about this?
Some people don't, but I was like, let's
cheers.
Let's just do this, you know?
5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah, cheers.
You got the salt too? That's the new salt?
Yeah.
We got that new healthy salt, y'all.
So yeah, So I wanted to just see what the guys thought about it, and during that time, Jen was like, "What are you doing?" So
Cheers.
I was like, just doing a little political talk with the boys. So with that said,
so I asked him. I was like, "Well, what? No, you said, well, this is what I was talking about," and I was like, "Oh, what? Like, what are you talking about?" Because, listen, I'll put it out here. Jennifer Ayala Barker is not as in detail when it comes to politics. I know it sounds horrible. I get it. It sounds really bad, probably. But some politics stuff, I don't care. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. I don't care. Some stuff is like, are y'all really discussing this? Like, is this really a topic for the day? So when Brandon tells me certain things, I'll be like, okay, like, let me see what's up, you know? So I asked him, he explained, we talked. And I was like, you know what? This is a great topic for our marriage call, because do y'all talk about this? Do couples, marriages, not dating, no, because dating, I think it should be brought up, but I don't think it should be that intense. But you should. It's a big deal.
Because can it be a deal breaker if you're dating somebody?
See, you know? so for today, let's talk about the marriage. Just if you're married, let's discuss the marriage. Yes, the dating is important, but I think that maybe will be another call, because there are different perspectives. I think the dating in politics and marriage in politics, even though you should discuss it.
Yeah.
Dating, at least an idea. Like, you're not like third date in and you're like, well, if you don't like Trump, I'm not gonna marry you. Well, I'm not saying that, but you should. What about some beliefs? Like, you might have a belief about Trump, and I might have a belief about Biden, or you might have.
Be like,
you might be down for the guns, and I might be like, no. Maybe that could be a deal breaker. So that's a whole different topic for dating.
Right.
So for future, for my daters, stay on the line. Don't just leave because we talk about marriage, because this can help you for the future. But with the marriage and discussing politics, for those of you that are on, do y'all think it's important? Those of you watching the replay, do you think it's important? Put the comment. Is it important to discuss politics? And I'm not talking, and I just said presidents because it just happened to be in my mind. It's not just that. It's government. It's senator stuff. It could be branch things. It could be certain law conversations.
But it's mainly president. I want to just go get to the root of it, because president is such a big topic of it.
Because let's be realistic. Who really get... Oh, you know, pretty sure people do. But do y'all really get into, like, the government stuff in your county? Like, put it in. Yeah. Because that was one of the questions in Francisco's project, as far as, like, where he lives, and the city, and the governors, and the senator, and this and that. And I'm like, who is... Judges... So I'm learning, like, oh, there's this, like, black lady judge here in Gwinnett County. Okay, she cool. My mom knew who she was. Like, why does she know? You know? So, but it's interesting. So, do you guys talk about it? Is it important? Is it not? What do you think?
So
that's why we got the drinks, because this is deep.
Yeah, this is deep. So
it can get intense.
I think being married, talking about politics is very important.
Talk about it.
And I think it's important just because you might have your different views about something, or you might not understand something. And if one has more knowledge about a particular subject or a particular, party or anything like that, then that's when the other person can start to really understand and kind of dig into it a little bit more, because it is important, because who you vote or where you vote, if you vote, really can determine a lot of things that go on in your life and your lifestyle and how you go about your life.
Some people don't believe in voting.
And right, but then at the same time, like they say, if you don't vote, then you can't complain about the situation.
Right.
So, therefore, if you don't vote, then you didn't have your voice speak forward for what you believe in and what you truly think is right.
Right.
So I think it is important in a marriage to discuss politics, regardless of whatever views you might. Even if you like a particular candidate and I don't like that particular candidate.
So wait.
Go ahead.
Speaking about the candidates, do you discuss... Where's my little pencil at? Because y'all know I like to note and scratch off, because I don't like to be confused. I'll be serious. Do you discuss... Wait, I'm sorry. Why, when we discuss the importance of it, one big thing is, for my people out there, especially the marriages out there, one big thing, know when to walk away and just leave it alone. Like, not be rude and like just slam the door and walk out, but know when to tell your spouse, like, that's what we have a big deal about that. Like, you know what? I think we're done talking about this. It's like not great. Just, you know, what is it? Agree to disagree.
Yeah.
My cousin put, yes, it's important to vote in all elections. See, in all elections, I forget about the others, the one for the town, the state, the city, that's all that. I know I'm working on it, y'all.
We both working on it.
Now that we have older children, it's important to also encourage, educate them on how you're voting. Yep, especially for local decisions, remember?
Yeah.
That is something we're working on too, because I know there was a time that we would vote for our, in our town, but don't act like y'all wasn't at this point in life where you got to the part of local stuff and you're just like, some people read it, some people don't, some people, you just hear the famous people on TV, so you're just like, oh, let's just go everything for that, or but that's a great point.
People that influence you,
teaching them, we take ours with us when we go vote, and they help us with what they can. You were gonna say about the candidates. Now, do you tell or discuss with your spouse who your candidates are? And again, Brandon wants to stick to presidencies, so I guess we'll stay there. But in general, do you discuss it? Politics are important to discuss, not a deal breaker. However, it's important to know where each stands on different views. That is a good point, because I have on here, is it a deal breaker? Is it a deal breaker for some?
Does it make a house divided? Because
I think it can be really intense. But I also do believe in, like, by now, I think this is just my own for what I'm seeing. By now, you and your spouse are already mostly compatible. So I think at this point in marriage, you both are similar in general, like in activities and what you like and the dating, how we discussed stuff before. So I think maybe a lot of this deal breaker stuff, I don't think it would get to that point, because married, you're not gonna all of a sudden find out like, oh, he agrees with abortion, and you're like, what? Like, we didn't discuss this, because it should have been something that
correct. But at the same time, there can be
something that changes.
Something that changes. You want to be a first woman president in your lifetime, and you're like woman powered over this woman president, and maybe the other person want to see another political head council be the one and feel like they're going to make
the right decision. I also think you would know your spouse if they're that type of person to be so head on girl power stuff.
Well, this is the thing.
Because you know me. I never, since we dated, I've never been like, oh, girl power,
But this
and then I have to be like, oh, I have to be a girl president. Like, that would be mad random.
Yeah, but to be honest, it's some people that didn't really, think of it just like when Barack got elected. Some people just voted because he was black. I'm gonna be straight up.
99.9% of the African Americans did.
Yes.
And if y'all didn't because of that, I would like for y'all to comment, because I know a lot of people were like, I remember my friends, I want a black president.
I want to see it in my lifetime.
I would. If he could have been the craziest, like, I'd be like, what did he believe in? So a lot of people won't even know what to say. Oh, he's just gonna insurance and he's a black guy.
Yeah. So even that aspect, and versus, like I said, you want to see the first woman president in your lifetime.
I really could care less about a woman president. Sorry for my ladies out there. It's beautiful. It's great power. Yay. But it's not, for me, it's not a deal breaker. Like, oh, she's a female, I'm going to only vote for her.
Yeah.
Like, I really look at what they doing, the laws, what they, what they're going to do. Like, I'm not just biased of women or even Hispanic. Like, oh, if it's a Hispanic person running, I'm gonna vote for him or her, or female Hispanic. I think that's really biased. I don't think that's fair, especially for the candidates, because like, even which I knew Obama knew, like, they vote for me because I'm black. I know he knows, but it's okay in the sense of how he used it. He used it in, let me talk to getting more black people to vote.
Well, but what about this last?
Even Stacey.
What's her name? Stacey Abrams. But what about this last one? The fact that you had a black vice president woman
I think a lot of people
that
voted
was
just
kind
because.
of influential too.
Do you think? And I know even we don't want to get into this topic.
No, we're not gonna get into it too deep.
Do y'all think Mr. President particularly picked a black female to get the votes? Because I don't know, me personally, and I can say this because I'm talking and it is our show, our channel, boom. Me personally, I do believe he had a slight influence on, let me get a female and then a black female, because he knows the power of the black community and the black culture, because he saw as Obama's vice president what can happen. But anyways, we're not going to get too deep into that. Next.
All right. So,
understanding the points of view of each other. You just mentioned that, like we talk about it. I think it's important to understand each other's, even if it's different. Even if it's, you don't like this law or I do, or you don't like this person and I, vice versa. I think it's important to understand the points of views, and even to, like you said, learn from each other. Yeah. Like if that's what you believe, and not dog you, like yo, really.
But I think it's also understand to learn the point of view and also the background. Because a lot of people don't research the background of these candidates, and you need to look at a track record, right, on how they were in local, state government. And so that's the thing about these different candidates. You want to look at their track record. What laws did they approve? What laws didn't they approve?
I'm so glad you changed your way of thinking, because I remember years ago, this was an issue with us when I think either dated or just got married. I'm not sure. I would be so upset because we used to be like, don't care. Oh, well, not doing this. Like, it was just...
I wasn't a voter.
It was very intensive.
I wasn't a voter because I felt like at that point, like
I didn't say anything. You said it.
I'm gonna say it. I wasn't a voter because I felt like it didn't matter. I
used to be so upset. We used to go back and forth about why he thought it didn't matter. I had to literally explain. I had to literally go through back in like high school, when you go through like the seats and how the Senate affects the Congress and the House, and then like I had to go through all that. I'm giving y'all last 30 seconds so y'all could get the recording and tap in our YouTube, subscribe, like, and share. So 30 seconds. Y'all enjoy. Put the comments in. What else?
But yeah, I was a non-voter. I didn't think my voice mattered in that sense of voting. And I still...
Or you would just vote just to get me quiet. Like, here you go, babe, whatever. Yeah.
But I still feel that there can be a more effective way to show that your vote counts.
Yeah, I agree. But there's so many people in the world or U.S. to put this in, and it's a lot.
I don't think it's really hard. I think they can go by state and just use your last 4 social security number and have a channel dedicated to who you voted for. It ain't showing who you are. It's just,
What is that going to do?
That'll show that your vote counted. Like, it'll show, you can see on the, like...
Oh, you want to see, like, Brandon Pierre Barker... address name, like you want to see. I know, but you want to see like one counted, like.
Yeah, I want to see like my last 4 social.
That is and so then it ridiculous. Showed who I voted. Tell me y'all don't think it's petty.
No, it shows who I voted for.
Because you think they don't count, it just skipped it.
Sometimes I feel that way.
Oh, when they cheat and stuff. Anyways, moving forward.
All right. You gonna get off that?
Yes. The last question, but we're not gonna finish it for y'all because y'all gotta tap in. The last one is: can it impact your relationship? Can it impact your marriage? So. Tap in to see the ending of those, that one, and then that's more to get into. So yes, tap in on that. I'm gonna get off of this. I'm gonna be on the YouTube. See y'all later. See ya. Thank y'all. Go ahead, babe.
Yeah. So, does your vote matters, and that's the thing, or does it impact your marriage? I think it does really matter.
No. What about this? Can it impact your relationship?
Oh yeah, it can impact your relationship. Because if we're having 2 different views, and it depends on where we're at in our relationship, say we're not on seeing things eye to eye, right? Mm-hmm. And you have your views and I have my views about certain things. I think it can bring a house to being divided, until like one influence the other.
Right.
And the thing is not meeting that common ground with the person. and you want to meet a common ground instead of being divided when it comes to does your vote, can it impact your relationship?
It does. I think it can, especially like you said, if you have way different points of views. Like because not every topic is discussed when you're dating, right? Like you said, and let's say some random leader brings up like the most craziest, because I don't even think, for example, I'll bring one up, like the guns, that you, since you brought it up earlier.
Yeah.
I don't think we discussed that while dating. Like, who? That's a random. It's an interesting topic, and discussing guns or how you feel about them, or like that's just a little random. Like, you're on a date, you're like, so do you like guns? Do you agree, or do you carry one? Like, that's kind of, I don't know how to go into that part, but it does come up in politics. Now, as a household, here's the situation where this is just examples, right, for you guys. It's not like realistic, just examples. Let's say B is like, I'm cool with it, and let's say Jen is not, and B decides, oh, I'm having some guns at the crib because that's just how I feel. I believe in it. I'm gonna strap up. I'm gonna carry it. Is there a limit to how many you could carry? I don't know. Georgia's weird. They just let you walk out with freaking rifles and shit. It's just weird. And then I'm upset, like, yo, you walking around with this gun in your pocket? Like, what we doing? You know? Now it could start impacting our marriage because now I'm upset. We're arguing. Maybe I don't like the kids seeing it. Maybe I think, for me, I would have like a heart attack thinking the kids are going to grab something or shoot. Like, because there has been cases that kids have shot other kids or brought it to school, you know, other schools, or accidentally, you know, kill somebody. Like, there's been situations, you know. So that's an example where it can impact your marriage. It's a big deal.
And then, you know, you might feel strong about, you know, the mass shootings that go on throughout the country.
Especially being from Connecticut. Yeah. There was a mass shooting in Connecticut. 18, I think, kids passed away.
And there was a shooting during the Super Bowl celebration recently. But
where?
In Kansas City during the parade.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, and the lady tragically lost her life. But with that said, like, I feel that, you know, that's just something that can, you know, be something we discuss, because like she might say, oh, I don't agree with guns, and then I might have the view, well,
I want to protect my home.
I want to protect my home, and guns don't kill people. People kill people, right?
That's
See,
good.
She might say that. I'm gonna say that, you know, I'm gonna say, you know, it's the people who are in control of these guns, you know, it's not the guns that are, and I feel that everybody should have a right to protect themselves, you know.
So it's a big deal. Like, there's people that are high horse political, like every day. Y'all know I discuss one of my aunts. I love her to death. She's like my favorite, right? And my whole family knows it is what it is, right? And if it was up to her, she would discuss politics, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like, I remember when I was just in Connecticut recently, when I went, I stayed at her house with the baby. And from the morning, literally, to night, she has the TV in her room playing on the news channel. I don't know, I forget if it was CNN, I don't know which one of them. And it's the politics one, right? From the morning. And I would be like, I'm trying to have my oatmeal, and like, why are we listening? Because, you know, throughout the day they're just like talking and interviewing each other, talking, just doing stuff, like just talking. And she's like in the kitchen listening. She's like doing stuff, and she like has it up. So I had to tell her, like, do we gotta watch this early? Like, can I put the cartoons for the baby? Can we like change this? Can I put some music for the baby? So she'll be like, okay, but then she'll put the one in the living room on, and I'm like, why are we watching this? But this is what that's what they like, you know, and this is her preference, right? I'm in her home. I can't just disconnect everything off. Or she'll ask me, what do you think about this? And I'm like, I don't even know what that is. Like, what are you talking about? And that's the worst thing to tell her, because she will educate you to like the research.
Yes.
So there are people that in the marriage, that might be her biggest thing. And kind of like me and B, like, if it's not my strong point, we can talk about it. But also it can be bad if it's bringing down the marriage. If you're like arguing or fighting or causing, you know, strains between you guys because you're mad, because you're like, oh, you're not going to vote for this person because he did this, or why are you not doing that, or you don't believe in this, or what do you think about that, or just, you know, examples, it can get difficult and challenging.
So I want to get into your next.
Do you really talk about it though, like all the time?
I want to get into that next one because that one goes. Do you discuss your vote? So what if?
Oh God! And this is gonna be 3 minutes because we about to go. Baby's still sleeping, and we have some drinks. I want to spend some time with Daddy.
What if your spouse do not tell you who they're voting for? Is that kind of like withholding information?
Is that keeping secrets in your marriage?
Yeah, is that keeping secrets in your marriage if you're not telling your spouse who you're voting for? Because then, go ahead.
No, because then what?
Because you can look at it like he won't tell me or she won't tell me who she voting for, so what else they won't tell me?
That's a good point of view. You took it to that's a whole nother call. You took it to a whole nother level. Where the took it to a whole nother level. So that might go down. Well, in the Barker household, yeah, some of us that know us know we discuss everything. So we do tell each other, even if we don't like it, even though Brandon be like, I know you're gonna be mad, and then he'll tell me, or I could really care less. If we don't agree with politics, to me, if us not agreeing, is not like the biggest deal. I just be like, okay, that's how you feel, whatever. That's on you. Like, that's how you feel, but that's not gonna stop me from what I'm feeling.
Yeah, she gonna vote for whoever she feel, and I'm gonna vote for whoever I feel. And it's not
gonna divide our house, especially because we tell each other. Remember, so if we tell each other, and if it might be the different opposite person, we're not gonna be mad. I play it off. I'll be like, you got that, what you gonna do? But we get into the conversation because I like to ask, like, why? What do you think? Because I also want to know where my spouse's head is at.
It also can be like, serious but jokingly, and we'll be like, see, that's why I ain't vote for them. That's why, see how they acting up?
Throughout the year. Brandon be saying the funny. I'll be like, dude,
throw a little shade.
Conversation. But I'm not going to let that interrupt our marriage. I'm not going to let it come in between, especially be sensitive, and he don't be wanting to give me some when we on different accords. So I'm not, please, cheers to that. Please, we're not about to discuss. I'll be like, you know what? Sometimes I'll be like, don't even tell me. Sometimes I'm like, you know what? Don't even tell me. Because either or, they're not in my bedroom. So I don't care. Like, it is what it is. Like, point blank.
But what do you feel, honestly, if your spouse, if I was to hold out my vote from you?
I think it's messed up. I think it is. Because you should be able to trust your spouse with anything. It should be a topic of, it is a big deal, even though I'm kind of like, whatever, I don't care. But it is a big deal. Like, you're going to vote. This is a person. Like, you should discuss it. I think if you're not discussing it with your spouse, there's a reason to that. There's a backbone to it. There's it came from somewhere. Like, does the spouse overreact? Is the spouse super protective over what they think? Are they not letting you allow your own thoughts? Like, there has to be a reason for this. You used to be like that at the beginning.
But it can be some real strong political strong-head people out there, and like you said,
like real serious.
Like you say, your aunt or whatever, and then say her husband or their spouse voted for somebody that they'd be like, I can't really believe that you voted for this person. Like, you really voted, and they would go take it to like the next level. So it'd be so
serious. So listen, yes, because going back to my aunt. She and I have somewhat not argue, because we don't really argue because we don't let it get there, right? But she'll want to know, like, what do you think? I'll be like, no, I don't agree with this. I'm just real, like, nope. And she's like, are y'all serious? Like, y'all really, like, and she be mad, right? And I'm like, can we not discuss this conversation? Because this is really, and she's like, well, what about this? And what about, she goes real deep into everything. And then this is how you know they're real political. They get into your personal stuff. Oh, but you need this from that person. Oh, but this president did this. Oh, but did it then. And I'll be like, listen.
I'm going to tell you like this. I literally had a conversation with a friend. It'd be bad.
It'd be serious.
That when they didn't see my political view, they literally kind of stopped talking to me.
Dope. This is why it says you don't talk to friends about this type of stuff. Some friends, you cannot talk about it. Can you imagine you at the club with your homie, and you be like, oh yeah, you voted for Biden? And they be like, Trump, man, what you talking about? Mess up the whole night. Like, we are not about to be friends on this day of stuff. Because now, your friend looking at you sideways, like, because if it's a real political person, like, I'm serious, like, for real. If it's a real, like, your friend, and you say the opposite of what they want and think, in their mind, all the stuff that president that they don't like said is going in their head.
Yeah.
Like, oh, so Brandon thinks about that, or Brandon thought the guns was cool, or Brandon said abortion was cool. They start thinking all this, and you didn't even say nothing.
Yeah.
Because you might have not agreed with one thing, but agree with others.
And even that wasn't even a major one. It was like local government stuff. But
let me argue about that. I don't even know.
But see what, to me, I don't think that should make or break your friendship,
It depends. I will say that, babe. I'm not saying it's gonna make or break, but if you have a homegirl and your homegirl is really head on, like, let's say, for example, this is not me, but let's just say your homegirl is really like, yo, I'm about abortions. I do it. Like, we need to do it. Everyone should do it. Abortions did it. Like, I'm just an example. And you're really like, yo, that's killing a child. Like, that's mad sinful. Like, that's not cool. That friendship might be sideways now, because now you've seen your friend in a different look. Like, she just thinks she could kill people. Like, she kill babies. Like, that's not cool. So the friendship does. That's why I don't discuss this stuff with my friends.
Yeah, I don't
even want to know.
Yeah,
I don't even want to know if my homegirls did Trump, Biden, Trump. I don't even, and these are my main ones, because this was like a big topic of discussion in life.
Yeah.
For example, if it was Obama and whoever he went, I think it was, who he go against? Remember? I don't remember. But just for example, I don't even want to discuss this, because guess what happens? After you discuss this, even with your spouse, you go into the why. Oh, so you believe that. Oh, so what about this? Now we having a whole debate. Now we just, that's why my aunt, I don't even get into it. She'll try to, oh, you're going to just vote for this. And I'll be like, no, I think that's crazy. She'll be like, are you sick? I try to stay away. And I'm just like, can we go back to talking about something else? So it is a touchy subject with your friends. And then with your spouse, it can get detrimental. But you don't want it to mess it up.
Right.
Don't mess up your vibe. And maybe ask your spouse.
Yeah.
Like, why do you feel, like, especially if you don't believe the same thing, like, why do you feel you should vote for this person?
Yeah.
Like, you don't think, because I'll tell you, I'm like, you don't think it's crazy?
Yeah, and it's an open conversation. It's an open conversation.
I'm like, you don't think this? But then Brandon has a different way of him seeing it. He might be like, no, babe, because think about this, and that. And then at times, very minimal, I'd be like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. And if not, then it's like, okay, that's what you think. Like, you crazy, but whatever.
Because some people see certain things at surface level until you dig deep and what's the root behind whatever goes on that can contribute to that.
All right.
So with that said,
because this margarita is about to be done. I need another one. It's yummy.
So with that said, guys, hey, put your comment, like and subscribe. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope this was somewhat educational. I hope you got some value out of this call. Hey, put your comments on how you think, spouse should discuss their political views on the YouTube. We would love to hear that from you guys. All right. Anything else you want to say, Jen?
I do. So I ordered us a book, y'all. This was recommended by two of my mentors, mainly Mr. Randy and Mrs. Wanda Webb. I'm gonna shout out, so y'all better comment. Yeah. So this was recommended by them. He's especially Randy. He's been talking about this for a couple of years now. Like, Jen, you need to get this book. It's so good. So it's called The Love Dare. It's so cool because it has a marriage evaluation on here, which we're going to do. So we're going to start this hopefully this week. And then we're going to start doing some calls on it. We're going to start going live, some recordings, and some videos on YouTube so you guys could check it out, because this is supposedly it's a really challenging book, like as far as like going over stuff in your marriage, different things that are important that can grow, and it can also challenge you while you guys are reading it.
And maybe dating too as well, because it says Love Dare.
Oh yeah, definitely. So that's about it. We're excited. That's it. Keep us posted. We should be back to regular schedule with the Wednesday night calls, all that fun stuff. I might need to go to a couple girl ladies night thing, babe. Maybe every now and then, some lives. Maybe you could do some lives just to get people back on and getting back on our videos. But that's about it. And some important topics that people might have or discuss.
All right, so let's go ahead and pray out.
You got it? Because I just drank this margarita.
Spirit of the living God, thank you for everything you've been blessing us with. Thank you for this call. Hope this brought some value to people's lives. And when it comes to talking about political views, that they have an open conversation that is a great conversation, that they can find out about each other even more and how they look at things. Just pray that this doesn't divide nobody's house. This actually brings them together just to see each other in a different light of what they like and what they believe in. I just pray that this was, very educational. Anybody can comment on this. I would love to hear the views and the comments on this particular topic, because this can be a heavy topic for a lot of relationships. But thank you for everything you've been doing in our life. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen, amen. See y'all. Thank y'all for joining us. Thank you for tapping in. Keep us on all your videos and shares and notifications. If you're not subscribed, definitely subscribe. Brandon's gonna put it right here.
And follow us on Instagram, IG, marriage porn, marriage p.o.r.n, pure open renew navigate. Thank you guys again for tuning in. Y'all have a great day.
See y'all. Peace.